Hello and welcome to Our Irish Life. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what a week of Irish weather looks like in November. I did do a previous video covering a week of weather in October. So what I'm hoping to do with these videos is show you exactly what the weather looks like here by just recording little snippets of the weather each day at like kind of the morning, afternoon and evening. I'll tell you the temperatures and I'll show you little videos to show you exactly what it looks like. It can be quite difficult to explain the Irish weather, so I thought this may be the best way to just show you what it's like. As I've mentioned previously, I know that when people are like considering moving or visiting or whatever it may be, that the weather can be quite a concern because it is quite wet over here, hence the reason why everything is so beautifully green. So let's get into it. I will show you, I actually did record from the 2nd of November for a week this month. I was trying to keep it similar to last month where I did the first week in October, but just one thing to note is that it was uncharacteristically mild at the start of November here. So it was very, very mild, and only now, which is like the 18th, I think, of November that I'm filming this. So it's only now starting to get cold, and this morning when I woke up, it was the first frost on the car, and it was, I think, 0 degrees this morning when I got up. So it's really frosty and cold and dry and sunny now. So what I'm going to show you isn't really what it normally is like, but that's what it was like this year. And of course it changes all the time, so you never know what you're going to get. So let's go and we'll see what the weather for the first week of November was like here in Ireland. So as you can see, we had an absolutely beautiful start to November. On Sunday the 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning, it was sunny and dry and it was about 9 degrees C. The blue skies were absolutely beautiful, and then later on in the afternoon it just got even better. The temperature rose to 12 degrees and we still had the lovely blue skies and the sunshine. And as I said, it was quite mild for this time of year. It's normally colder. Then at 5 p.m. it was still dry and 11 degrees. On the 3rd of November then we did see a bit of a change. It wasn't so sunny and dry anymore. At 8 a.m. it was rainy and overcast and was about 13 degrees C. It stayed like this for most of the day. Then at 2 p.m. it was still raining and stayed the same at 13 degrees. I do love the sound of the rain. It was quite hard to capture on the video, so I'll let you have a little listen so you can tell exactly how much it was raining. At 5 o'clock in the evening then, it was still pretty much the same. The temperature had just dropped a little bit to 11 degrees C and it had started getting pretty windy, so definitely a day for the ducks. On Tuesday the 4th of November then, it was very similar weather again. It was very wet, windy and overcast, but still stayed mild at 13 degrees C. Then in the afternoon it did dry up for a little bit and the temperature rose just slightly to 14 degrees C. And then in the evening time at about 4 o'clock, it got very foggy and misty and grey. I haven't seen it do this in a long time and it was quite difficult to see all around you, but it looked pretty cool and kind of like spooky and eerie. When I turn to the side here, this is normally a glorious view of the river, but you couldn't see very much today at all. Same with these back roads. You can normally see lots of fields into the distance, but today you couldn't see anything. On Wednesday the 5th of November then, it was quite grey again with light drizzles of rain, and sometimes it kind of went into heavier bursts then, but it was still mild at 14 degrees C. Then at 2 o'clock much of the same. It was quite misty and overcast but was dry and 13 degrees. Then at 4 p.m. still more of the same, still overcast and 13 degrees. Moving on to Thursday the 6th of November, it's very hard to believe it is even the morning here, but it definitely is. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and it's overcast and dry and a temperature of 14 degrees. Then at 1 o'clock it's very much the same as the day before, still overcast, still grey and mild at 13 degrees. Then later on in the afternoon at 4 o'clock it is the exact same as it was earlier on. So moving on to Friday the 7th of November, it starts off rainy and it stayed rainy and grey for the entire day, and it was 12 degrees C the whole time. So I'm going to save myself repeating everything all over again. I'll just show you some of the different clips I took. This was actually in New Ross on the Quays, and the river was so full I didn't quite get a good look at it in this particular video, but it is cool because you can now see the Dunbrody famine ship just across the road there, so I thought that was quite a nice finish up to this grey day. Our final day then is Saturday the 8th of November, and this started off so promising. It was finally some sunshine. It was lovely and dry and chilly. Then we just got a random burst of rain out of nowhere. It just started absolutely hammering it down. Hopefully you can see it properly from this video. And literally 2 minutes later, it was sunny again. So it must have just been a little bit of a sun shower, thank goodness. Then later in the afternoon, it was dry but overcast and was 11 degrees. Well, that is it from us for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed seeing what a week of November weather looks like here in Wexford, Ireland. There were no storms this time. There has been since I recorded then, and the rain was insane. There was flooding, it was crazy, the electricity went in lots of places. But for that week, it was pretty just normal and possibly not very interesting, but hopefully you've enjoyed it nonetheless, and we hope to see you again soon for more of Our Irish Life.